Wow, you guys, we have some incredible breaking news that just happened recently. The news is Antonio Conte has left Inter Milan. Now, why is this news in particular significant for us? Well, let's cast our minds back to certain quotes and interviews from a certain Mr. Romelu Lukaku, where he categorically stated, if Conte leaves Inter, he is headed out that door. Wow, I mean, incredible. It's been teased for a while and it finally happened, and in the video today I'm going to break down what exactly has happened with Inter Milan, why Conte decided to leave, what this means for Romelu Lukaku and our hopes of signing him this summer as well, and how Thomas Tuchel could look to get the best out of Lukaku if he is possibly signed. So I hope you guys do enjoy. Of course, smash the hell of this like button and of course share your thoughts and opinions below. Get involved, conversate, talk to each other. And without wasting any more time, you guys, now let's break down the news right now, you guys. Conte and Inter Milan have agreed upon his departure immediately, meaning that Conte is going to earn 7 million straight away. At this point in time, Allegri and Inzaghi are the new possible candidates to replace Antonio Conte. And the reason behind why Conte is leaving Inter, well, Inter can't secure the investments that Conte was hoping for to continue his work, to maximise what he's doing. Inter Milan just won a Scudetto title. In his first season, he took them to a Europa League final as well. So, of course, it's only notable that Conte deservedly, wants to improve upon his work and to take the club to the next level. I don't know how this guy is so unfortunate and unlucky. Every single time he wins a league title, the clubs he's with don't back him. Inter's financial situation in the end was the major reason behind why Conte could not foresee himself staying, because for Inter Milan to keep themselves on the books, they have to sell players, and this means that Inter Milan's prized assets, players such as Lukaku, Martinez and Hakimi, are all possibly going to be made available. Of course, for Antonio Conte, this is just a definite no. I feel, quite bad for the guy. He constantly finds himself in situations where he fulfills his end of the bargain. He wins the trophies, he shows the ambition, he shows that, yes, I have a plan to take us to the next level now. It happened with us, and his hopes of signing your Sanchez's, Van Dijk's, etc., it never came to fruition. And, what kind of work can he do? Absolutely nothing. And, credit to Antonio Conte, he really tried his hardest to persuade the owner of Inter Milan, Suning, to, reconsider things, to try and find the investment, to believe in the work that he's doing. And unfortunately, nothing was able to come to fruition, meaning that Conte has to leave, and again, the history repeats itself and the cycle continues. Now, it seemed very unlikely that Conte was going to have any hopes in hell of, remaining at Inter Milan and keeping his job, considering that the owners of Inter Milan, the Suning Group, their club in China, Jiangsu, who recently just won the Chinese league after many years of massive investment. Let's not forget, they're the club that spent millions signing your Alex Teixeiras and Adaires and other big players. Right now, the club don't exist anymore. They've folded. And one of the main reasons behind the financial collapse is due to COVID. And COVID has really impacted the financial model and business plan of the Suning Group. And for me, there's definitely lessons to be learned here. Rich people constantly thinking they can just buy themselves in positions just like this. If they had remained patient and had a plan to build over the years instead of accelerating their progress, for what reason? God knows, the club will still survive, people will still have jobs, and it's an actual terrible situation. It's not great at all, and what makes things even more puzzling is that recently, Inter Milan agreed upon a 336 loan investment from Oaktree Capital, and the assumption at the time was that this investment that they just got was going to help them keep Conte and reinvest back into the team. That's not happening anymore. It seems like Inter Milan's debts have really just gone to levels that we can't even imagine, and COVID has not helped them whatsoever. Last season they recorded debts of over 100 million euros, so God knows what it's looking like right now. But the reality is Conte has left, and where exactly does it leave him, and in particular a certain Romelu Lukaku? Again, I have to continue discussing Antonio Conte because whatever club he signs for next could have some major repercussions in regards to the business that we could potentially do up front. Now, one club in particular, maybe two clubs, Juventus and Tottenham Hotspur. Juventus, of course, they're considering letting Pirlo leave. Could Conte make a reunion back there? Possibly, but right now, Tottenham are showing big ambitions to sign Antonio Conte. And how exactly are they doing this? Well, Juventus's current sporting director in Paratici is destined and set to leave, and reports are saying that Tottenham are looking to offer him a sporting director role to sign for them. And for me, this is like the ultimate goodwill gesture and sign to Antonio Conte, but it's like, listen, Conte, we want you so bad that we're giving you everything you need to find the success because we believe in you. You're a manager that guarantees titles, you get trophies, you win the big stuff, and you know, Conte having a guy in Paratici where they've had a great working relationship over the years, could that possibly be enough to persuade Conte to come back to the Premier League and sign for Spurs? Who knows? And this is where things get very hypothetical, because if Conte signs for Tottenham, what could this potentially mean for Harry Kane? Could Conte potentially get him to remain at the club? Who knows? And if not, if Kane is still adamant on leaving, which I think he wants to do, and goes to Man City, for example, could Conte use his influence and his great relationship to persuade Lukaku to even sign for Spurs? Yes, it seems quite far-fetched, but in football, you never know what's going to happen. But at the same time, if Inter Milan were able to get Allegri to sign for them, who knows? You know, it's another manager that's won things that's revered in the game. Could he potentially get Lukaku and persuade him to remain and compete at Inter Milan? Wow, so many repercussions, you guys, but I think right now, let's discuss what this means for Lukaku and our hopes of signing him this summer. Of course, this news is fantastic for us, fantastic in our pursuits of signing a world-class striker up front. And as I said already, Lukaku stated that if Conte leaves, he will leave as well. Right now, we know that the valuation, the fee that Inter Milan would want to sell him is 80 million euros, around 69 million. Selling Lukaku instantly allows them to keep their other good players in the team, potentially reinvest very small back into the team as well, and could be the best situation for all parties. But still, you know, we have to be careful. You know, let's say that Man City get priced out from signing Harry Kane and they decide, well, actually Lukaku is another guy on our shortlist. Lukaku may think playing alongside De Bruyne, playing with Man City, a team that, you know, will value me, compared to coming back to Chelsea where, you know, on so many occasions, me being a lifelong fan of the club, they've let me down. They signed me the first time, they never believed in me, and they allowed me to leave very easily. And when it came to signing me back again, the pursuit wasn't there, the ambition wasn't there, and in the end, I had to sign for Man United. So, you know, let's not pretend that we are guaranteed straight away to be signing Lukaku. However, the odds are looking very good in our favour right now. For me, it's simple. We cannot afford to fumble it again to get Lukaku. Right now is an amazing opportunity to persuade him why he needs to sign for us. I think Tuchel's influence can play a major part in persuading Lukaku why we're the best club too. And the reality is, Lukaku signing instantly upgrades us. This is a player that scores internationally, scores in Europe, and has experience already in the Premier League, scoring over 100 goals. For me though, Lukaku was always destined to go to the top. I think he proved that straight away with his first loan spell at West Brom. I think he got 18, 19 goals that season for someone that was under 20 years old. And for me, if you couldn't see the potential straight away, then you were never going to see it. And I'm happy that Lukaku just literally did what he was always going to do and became the world-class striker he was always destined to be, because this was a guy playing first team football for Anderlecht back when he was 16 years old. So right now, how could Thomas Tuchel use Lukaku next season? Now that Tammy Abraham is destined to be leaving this summer, and you know, there is a bit of a poetic irony behind things, because you know, Tammy is another guy that has been a consistent source of goals who has just been discarded just like that for players who haven't really done the same thing. But you know, right now, for me, I think that Lukaku definitely has a place here. But it gets me thinking about players such as your Kai Havertz's and your Timo Werner's. I think straight away though, if you're signing Lukaku, you're signing him to be the upgrade over them. And then for me, it becomes a case of who plays alongside him. In the case of Werner and Kai Havertz, can we say that they're guaranteed first team players? No. So I actually see either one of them competing to play alongside Lukaku. I mean, maybe certain games Tuchel's going to use Werner with his pace alongside Mason Mount and Lukaku in a front three. In other games, he may decide to have Havertz and Lukaku up front together with a Mason Mount or Ziyech in behind. With how football is today, with how coaches like to create and build their teams, you want to have as many possibilities as you can have, and for a tactical genius like Thomas Tuchel, this creates amazing options for him for next season. And of course, signing a player that knows the Premier League, that, you know, he wins titles, he scores the goals to win you titles and trophies. This is a beautiful situation for us. It's clear that when Tammy does go, either one of Kai or Werner becomes the backup for him. And you know, with how Tuchel has plans to implement more different tactical formations for us for next season, I've spoken about them months back before, you guys. You know, every player is still going to get their chance and opportunity to develop, grow, and contribute to the team. Right now, Lukaku, to be able to sign a player like this for 69 million, it's ridiculous. And this all comes down to Inter's terrible financial situation. I feel like we could get this business done straight away. However, do you get it done before the Euros or do you get it done after the Euros? There's always a risk that, okay, Lukaku, we sign him beforehand and then he gets injured during the Euros. That would be a situation that none of us would want to have or want to see again. But at the same time, if you're signing him after the Euros, what if Inter Milan decide to add more money on top to sign him? I'm not too sure necessarily, because, you know, they do have big debts they have to get on top of and control. But for me, it's a no-brainer. 69 million. The guy scored 41 goals last season. Important goals, match-winning goals, goals to lead the game, goals to get you back in the game, and goals to seal the game for you as well. It's clear that Lukaku is our destiny. And I think this is like poetic justice. It's just a guy who's a fan, as I said before. And now he could have the opportunity to follow in the footsteps of his role model, Didier Drogba, and actually win things for this beautiful club. So right now, you guys, that is the latest news that has broken and come out today. This summer's going to be an absolute mazarine. Let's see what's going to happen, you guys. And on that note, I'm Nini FC. This is Blue Lines TV. I'll catch you guys later with some more videos.